Do I want to do another market anytime soon? No.
Come get ready with me for a craft market. It's only like my 4th or 5th one, so I don't know what I'm doing, but we're gonna figure it out. Hey folks, welcome back. I have a craft market in 5 days, and I'm trying to get ready. I don't know what I'm doing, but I want it to look better than all of the other craft markets that I've done. So come along with me while I try to figure out what it is I'm doing. It's gonna be great. I'm also breaking out like a teenager, and it's probably because I just started washing my face. I'm 42 and I have never taken skincare seriously, so I think my skin is rebelling against my face. So here's kind of what's happening. I have made a ton of things. It is time to try to sell them. The opportunity came up to do a craft market that is one day from 9 to 2. That's perfect. I only want to do one-day events. I don't want to set up for multiple day events, and this just kind of works out. Downside is that it is outside, and it looks like it might rain that day, or at least thunderstorm. I've done an outdoor one before, but we got incredibly lucky with the weather, so I didn't really have to worry about it too much. And the good news, I guess, is that I have a ton of things, but it never feels like enough things. Here's what's happening. So I bought 2 sizes of black shopping bags. So I've got this, smaller one, and then I've got a bigger, horizontal one. And I want to stamp my logo on the front, but I don't have one that's big enough to do that. So I bought this. It's just craft foam, and this is what my laser cutter can do. However, if you want to do stamps, it has to be mirrored. This is pretty, but when I stamp it, all the letters are going to be backwards. So I'm having to do it again, but I think it did a pretty good job. If it works, I'm really excited to see how this looks on the bags. The other thing I'm doing is trying to get together all of the things that I want to sell. I know I want to sell my blanket cardigans, so I have packed up all of those guys. I also would like to do some of the towel, beach cover-ups. I'm working on those right now. So I have the hoods. I've got 1, 2, and then 3 hoods. Here is one cover-up. It's this rainbow shark fleece pattern that I really like. I've got this one down here that needs to be put together. It's Snap-on Tools, which I think is pretty neat because it's got these sports motifs. So I need to sew this one together and put the hood on it and put my label on it. And I have this last one that is, I'm not sure if I like it yet, but it is vintage Mickey Mouse. See his little triangle eyes there, and it's got his shoes on the front. I'll need to add a hood to this and my label, so we'll do that. Okay, this guy just finished up, so let's take a look. Ooh! Alright, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to cut the edges of it off and see if I can get it to work as a stamp. If that works, I'm going to use it for all my bags. And if it really works, then I will be making stamps like this for everything, and everything will have my name on it. Also, I have started to put together my booth out in my garage. I would love to set it up before I get there so that I can figure out the layout of it. I've never done that before. I don't know who gave me that suggestion, but that's what I'm working on. Problem is leaving stuff out. It is so hot and it is so humid that I'm worried that I'm gonna have spiders living in everything and that it might get moldy. So I'm gonna have to shake everything out before I repack it. Some other things that I'm going to be selling are headbands. I have a very sensitive head. I cannot use plastic headbands at all. Since I was a kid, they give me headaches. These are very, very simple. They have just elastic for the back of your head, but I made a bunch of them because if I have a sensitive head, I'm sure somebody else out there also does. And I've been putting together a bunch of rice bags. So this is filled with rice, and then this also has a scoop of lavender in it that I grew a couple of years ago and dried from my own garden. You pop them in the microwave for about 2 minutes and they heat up, and especially with the lavender, it smells really good and it kind of gives a moist heat. And if you've never put that kind of heat on sore muscles or even the back of your neck or whatever, it just hits different than dry heat from a heating pad. But I also have a big to-do list of things that I'm trying to accomplish before Saturday. And today is Monday. Okay, welcome to my garage. Let me show you kind of one of the ideas I have. These are my found fabrics, so things that I would put up on coffee anyway. I figured I'd just sell like 2-yard runs of it and see if anybody is interested in those. I also have like some spools of macrame cord. I won a bunch of them at auction, so I've got a bunch of them down here. I have some quilt kits that I have found through thrifting. I think this is supposed to be like a Halloween kit, but I don't have the front page for it, so it's just gonna be fabric. Here's my small stuff. So I have some dice bags. I have my gift boxes in here. Wow. So I could put some small things in there if I wanted to. And then I have keychains and stuff in there, just so little things don't get lost. Some other little things I'm gonna take with me. I do have a nice little Bluetooth speaker, so I'm testing to see how long this lasts, hopefully for a few hours. And then I saw somewhere they use these battery backups. So I got one off of Amazon and I'm testing it to see how long it lasts with a fan. This fan has been running now for 6 or 7 hours off of that battery backup, and it's just now at 38%. So especially in the summer, I think it'll be really nice to have a fan and somewhere to charge my phone. So there's my to-do list. I've gotten a couple things done today, and by couple I mean maybe one. Still got a lot to do. Welcome to Tuesday. I still have a lot to do before Saturday. My stamp did not work out. No surprise to anyone, I'm sure, so may just have to have unbranded bags, which is fine. I do want to finish up these cover-ups. I think that would be nice. I'm still not super sure what the whole booth is gonna look like because I don't have enough tables yet, and I'm trying to decide if I want to buy more tables or if I just want to borrow tables from like someone else. I don't know. I'm kind of stuck. But I did get the layout today. What's kind of cool is that I can park right behind my space, and my husband's gonna come with me so he can pull up right behind there and we can unload and get things set up pretty easily. So yeah, right now just working on my cover-ups, then I'll figure out what comes next. There's a couple of small things I want to get done and get some pricing on things. I don't know. I'm feeling kind of lost with it because there's so much to do, but I'm trying to focus. It's very hard to do, but I'm trying to focus. Ooh, I am sweaty. We are at T-minus 22 hours. So I am working on getting things organized so that I can get my car packed. I have cleaned out my car, which I'm very proud of myself for, and I'm getting my bag of label things together. I don't know if I ever showed you guys this or not, but I have these product tags. It's got my stuff on the front and it's this foil print. And then on the back, this is what I put. Product info, size, wash, fabric, that kind of stuff, and then the price. And so these are just business cards that I got through Vistaprint. I figured these would make a really nice hang tag, especially for my blanket cardigans and my beach cover-ups and things like that. So I wanted something a little more bougie, I guess, and this is what I landed on. As far as what I have left to do, I need to find a way to package up my headbands. I really would just like to put a piece of like poster board or cardboard so it stretches them a little bit and lets them hang nice. I don't know. I'm struggling. I'm on the struggle bus today. I have to go to the bank and get cash, get everything packed up so that at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, we can just hit the road and leave. Why do I sign up for these things? I don't know. But the table fee was only 35 bucks. So if I make 35 bucks, it made my table fee back. That's nice. I'm stressing, but I'm stressing in a good way. I'm gonna go to the bank, get some money, do some errands, I guess, and then come back and putz a little bit more. Here are some of my cover-ups that I've made and a quilt vest that I think is really, really cute. So I'll put price tags on those. I have some of my setup stuff. So I've got a couple baskets and these little like shelves. I bought a few of these at Goodwill for like $5 for the whole set. Some nice hangers. Hopefully none of them sprout legs and walk away. So that's my setup stuff. I do have a tent. And I made a few weights for my tent by adding a bunch of this mortar to some just cheap plastic containers. And then I poured in a whole bunch of water and stirred it up and broke my stick at one point. And then I added some eye bolts. And that became my tent weights. All right, I got my to-do list. Things that I have already done. Other fabrics to sell. I have put a few extras in there, so I'm gonna take that one off. Pack my car. Most of it's packed. Just gotta wait for my husband to get home so that he can also pack his car. Recharging my little battery pack. Headbands packaged. Pack a lighter. Sewing kit. Fan. Cooler for tomorrow. I went and got drinks. I'm at the point now where it's all just nitpicky stuff. I was gonna say edited a few garments. I put some last minute finishes on a few things, so I'm gonna get those out to sell. I'm running out of steam. I've gotten a lot done today. It doesn't feel like enough necessarily, but it also feels like way too much, and I still need to take a shower because I'm sweaty. It feels like so much stuff to do, but it's a lot less than it was this morning. Why do I do this to myself? Why does anybody do this? Anyway, if you have tips and tricks of doing markets efficiently, put them in the comments because I am all ears or all eyeballs. Help. One car, all packed up and ready to go. Sort of, I think. Hopefully. Ooh. So it is show day, which sounds a lot fancier than it actually probably is. But I have a car full of stuff, and my husband's behind me with the setup stuff. Ready or not, here I come. And I am oddly nervous about it, probably just because it feels like I don't have enough stuff, but I have what I have. It'll be fine, I'm sure. And again, if I can make my registration back, I'll be pretty happy, and hopefully a little more than that. We got started a little later than I wanted to, but that was because I wanted to sleep a little later than I intended to. I'm sure the next thing you'll see is us trying to set this up. Hey. A lot of sitting around. So I did not, in fact, get any footage of us setting up because it was hot and sweaty. So here's a montage of my booth in perhaps the least cinematic way possible. Enjoy! The event ended around 2 p.m. Around 1:45 we started packing up, and this is the shot that I decided was best to show you packing up. I'm really good at this. I'm hot and very sweaty and a little sunburnt. It is 3:20. I am now at home. I did put sunscreen on this morning, but that was this morning. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great though. I think this is my 4th or 5th craft market that I've done, and it was fine. I haven't counted up how much I've made yet, but I don't think it's enough to pay for all the things that I've bought in preparation for this. I'll do a closeout tomorrow when I have showered and I don't stink, and I've had a chance to tally up what I've sold and what I've bought. And we will do a full breakdown tomorrow. So I'll see you tomorrow. So sweaty, and it's not even that hot today. It's warm, but it's not that hot. All right, I am feeling a little more rested. I am also feeling a little more sunburned, but it's only on this arm. So 10 out of 10 for me. So let's break this down. In total, I sold 20 different items
in 13 different products. None of those individual items cost more than $25. So once I put all of that together, I made about $215 at this show, which is kind of disappointing.
If I can make my registration back, I'll be pretty happy.
Every market has a different clientele, and that clientele always has a different budget. And at this particular market, their budget was a little bit lower than other places that I've been. That's not a big deal. That's actually kind of nice because at those markets, you can typically sell a lot of smaller things. So I'm not real sure why more of the small things didn't go. I have items in my booth that are priced anywhere from $1 all the way up to $200. But I think that I put the higher end things at the front of the booth, which may have scared some people away. I do want to add some more signage to the front of the booth and maybe even offer some sort of giveaway item or a free gift with X amount of purchase, just to kind of draw some more folks in. Put the more expensive things in the middle of the booth. I don't want to put them in the back because I do want them to kind of catch some attention. Also, something that was kind of surprising, the majority of my sales were for leather products. Of the 20 items that I sold, 12 of those were leather products, and then the other 8 were sewing supplies. I was thrilled to get some of those sewing supplies out there, and I even joked at one point that maybe I should put a sign out front with like a little table, calling all sewists, or let's talk about sewing, to just kind of draw those folks in that want to sew or that are makers, to let them know that I have things for them. I haven't been doing a whole lot with leather lately. This kind of tells me that if I'm going to do more and more markets, then the leather stuff is probably more popular. With all of that laid out, what I brought in did not cover what I spent. Because in order to get ready for this, I bought the battery backup, which was about $150. Shopping bags, which I typically never have, but I've been wanting to do that, and that was about $50. I bought some drinks for it and bought 3 tablecloths. All of those things I'll be able to use in different markets, but if I account for those purchases, I broke even basically at this market, and that's not even accounting for the cost of materials to make the things that I sold. That's how it goes sometimes, but when I do the math like that, it's a little disappointing. Also, while it was only in the low to mid 80s, it felt like it was a bajillion degrees. There were even a few people that were like, I would try this on, but if I put one more thing on my body, I'm going to explode. There was quite a bit of interest in the swim cover-ups, but again, I don't think that the price that I put on those, I put $45 on it, was what they were anticipating spending at something like this. Now, I know that they sell at that price, but I think you have to kind of have a captive audience for it. Overall, am I glad that I went? Yeah. I enjoyed getting out there. I enjoyed hearing people's reaction to what I make and what I offer. And generally, the response was positive. I am my own little echo chamber in this shop. And so if I don't hear other people's opinions, then I can either think that my stuff is really great, or I can think that my stuff is real crappy. And it's nice to get some other feedback. Good, bad, or ugly, it's nice to get feedback. Do I want to do another market anytime soon? No. They are exhausting. I am not in a place to be exhausted like this all the time. I feel like I'm hungover today. Probably around Christmas, we'll try to pick up 1 or 2. Usually at stuff like that, I have a little bit more luck with selling higher end items. People are looking for gifts, and I think those blanket jackets will be a little bit more popular. So that is my craft market experience. What kind of suggestions do you guys have? What have you done that has worked? What have you done that has failed miserably? I would love to hear kind of your experiences. I would love to hear your suggestions, booth setups, how to get people in, how to entice them to buy things, all of it. So leave any of that stuff down in the comments. I'd like to shout out to all of my coffee makers. You guys are the backbone of this channel and a lot of the things that I get to do. So thank you so much for your support. If you're interested in joining, it is $2 a month and you get early access to any fabrics and sewing supplies that I find and post up there. Also, I try to give you some behind the scenes looks at what I'm up to. Put some polls up there. My last poll, you guys gave me a great direction for one of my upcoming videos, so thank you so much for that. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to give this a like and subscribe if you liked it. If not, give it a thumbs down. That's cool too. I don't mind that. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Now I have the great pleasure of putting all this crap away. So I need to put that stuff up there. So that's what I'm working on today. Okay, bye.